The town of Oakhaven had grown silent. Laughter had vanished, replaced by the rhythmic thud of heavy boots on cobblestones. Eli, only 10, watched his mother press her back against the door, her knuckles white as she gripped the latch. She no longer looked out the window, she only watched the floor. The world outside had become a place of shadows and fear. Eli felt the hunger gnaw at his stomach, a sharp, persistent ache that never truly left him. He looked at the wooden table. A single crust of bread sat there, dry and cracked. His mother had not touched it for 2 days. She kept it for him, her eyes sunken, her skin pale as parchment. When she turned to the back room, Eli made his choice. He slipped the latch, opened the door just a crack, and stepped into the gray afternoon. The streets were empty. A discarded cart lay on its side, wheels spinning slowly in the wind like a dying heartbeat. He walked past the bakery, now boarded up with thick planks. He walked past the park, where the swings hung motionless in the stagnant air. He kept his head down, his small frame hugging the shadows of the brick walls. He walked for blocks, his legs burning, until he reached the edge of the industrial district where the air turned metallic and cold. A massive gate loomed ahead, wrapped in coils of barbed wire that caught the dim light. Men in dark uniforms stood by the entrance, their rifles slung low and threatening. Behind the gate, he saw rows of barracks, their windows dark and unwelcoming. Eli did not see a prison. He saw a place where people might have bread. He saw a gap in the gate, a narrow slice of space where the latch had failed to catch. He squeezed through, his heart hammering against his ribs. He took 3 steps onto the gravel. The gate slammed shut behind him with a sound like a gunshot. A guard turned, his face a mask of indifference. He lunged forward, his boots crushing the gravel. He grabbed Eli by the collar, lifting him off his feet. Eli kicked, his small shoes swinging in the air. "I am just looking for food," he gasped, his voice thin against the wind. The guard did not look at his face. He shoved Eli toward a low, concrete building. Inside, the room was a cavern of shadows. Men and women sat on the floor, their eyes fixed on nothing. Eli stumbled into a corner, his knees hitting the cold floor. He curled into a ball, his hands over his ears. He whispered his mother's name, over and over, hoping the sound would carry through the walls. He waited for a mistake to be realized. He waited until the sun dipped below the horizon. He thought of his mother's humming, picturing the warmth of the hearth until the light in his eyes finally faded. Outside, the guard finally pulled a ledger from his pocket. He scanned the names, his fingers stopping at a line he had missed. He frowned, muttered a curse, and walked toward the cell. He pulled the heavy iron bolt and shone his flashlight on the corner. Eli lay on his side, his breathing long since stilled. The guard stood frozen, the light trembling in his hand. He did not call for help. He simply turned off the light and walked away into the night. Miles away, his mother stood by the door. She held the crust of bread in her palm, her fingers stiff. She watched the street until the stars faded and the sky turned a bruised purple. The bread was hard as stone. She did not eat it. She simply waited until the silence of the house became the only thing left to hold.